John Bernthal, aka Marvel's Punisher, says that he's interested in a return, but not one that would be handled by Disney that's made more kid-friendly and less raw like the Punisher should be. Yeah, I think that's what we all want. So John Bernthal, aka The Punisher, was recently speaking to The Hollywood Reporter, and he was talking about the emotional connection that he has to the character of The Punisher, and how that character is specifically real, and the deep meaning and connection that he has to him, the world he lives in, and of course coexisting with these other Marvel characters, and how he says that like this character is more or less like in his bones. He feels like he's protective of the character and that it's something completely different than what you see anywhere else. And then he says that if he was to come back, he would love it, but he doesn't want to come back as a watered down PG version that he believes that they would want. Instead, he wants to be the Punisher. He doesn't want to be doing the quick quips. He doesn't want to be the standard MCU fare type of content, right? He wants to handle it differently. He wants to handle it like the Punisher. Now, as a Punisher diehard, I kind of look at this two ways. One way is I think he's 100% spot on. But the other way is that the Punisher, to some degree, has somewhat been that type of character over the course of his entire existence. Not majority of it, but a small percent has had him like that, where he does joke around, where he is a little bit more willing to drop a quip here or there, or something that seems a little bit out of character, like he almost has a human side to him, that he's not just a cold-blooded, heartless man. And I think those moments stand out in the comics more so than just Punisher Violent, which is obviously what he's the most known for, like the Max stuff. And again, if you read Max, you're going to get some of those tones in there. And I get what he's saying. He doesn't want to be your Tony Stark. Oh, serious moment, let me drop a quip. Let me drop a quip. That doesn't work, right? That's not Frank Castle. And I agree with him. I don't think that's how it should be handled. But I think you could bring him back and show the violence. And I think once we get to it, Moon Knight will show it to us. I think we're seeing a degree of it in what's happening with Hawkeye and upcoming characters and shows that they're greenlighting. And of course, we're going to have Blade, right? That's going to have some violence. So we're seeing the changing of the guard. And it's not like Punisher on Netflix was a pure R-rated thing. Like, they did hold back a decent degree, let's be real. And he says it's all about doing it right. You have to do it right with the Punisher or don't do it. Which again, I agree with. Punisher has to be done right or don't do it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. I'm assuming if anything happens, Kevin Feige will convince him to come back as Frank and they can do something different. Now, how they do it, when and where, that's going to be the one, right? Because the MCU has had dark moments. It's not all fun games and quips, but I 100% understand what he's saying because I agree with him. The Punisher cannot just be dropped into a TV series or a film, like Ant-Man, for example. Imagine the Punisher and Scott Lang. No. That can't work. Honestly, what they should really do is take Frank Castle out of New York, drop him into Las Vegas, just like the comics did, and let him run free there. You can do whatever you want there, because ain't no superheroes in Vegas that I'm aware of in the MCU, so have at it. Plenty of crime, gambling, and scum. And make it a little bit more adult-oriented, right? I think that could work.